have one cereal left now.
Uh-oh.
The greeny one says.
Good morning. We've got coffee. Now we need fire. Don't know if you guys have seen the prices on stuff these days. I have a sneaky suspicion that's going to get worse. Oh, got some black oil sunflower. I've seen a few videos where people are sprouting their sunflowers in these trays. I don't have any trays. I don't want to buy any trays, but they reminded me of paint trays. So I know where we have some, which is exciting. I've got more in the other area. I don't want to use something that's actually had paint in it. So I'm kind of thinking of doing something with the liners. This is a mildly dangerous feature of our cold cellar. I've hit my head on it a few times. Next thing I need are buckets. These are Jack's beer making buckets. I feel like he'd probably kill me if I use these. But one of them has a nice little spout. It'd be so convenient. Look at that. It'd be perfect. But I will leave the beer making stuff alone. So let's head on into the barn and see what kind of buckets we can find. Again, I don't want anything that's been like used for gross stuff, or paint, or chemicals, or anything like that, because I am going to be giving these seeds to the birds, but that's what we're looking for. So come on in. So welcome to the workshop. It's a work in progress that we haven't really started yet, so I'm sure we'll get to it. Oh, the incubator. Haha, I may need that. I wondered where it was. All right, buckets. We brought a whole bunch of buckets. Oh, buckets. And then I bought some since I've been here. So I'm thinking I probably only need 2. One to soak and then one to turn it into. I'm combining methods here, guys. This is one of those things that I've researched for half a decade. And I've never done it. So it's one of these things that I probably have like enough knowledge to get it done. We'll see. A learning experience. I need something to stab holes in the trays. You know, they're thin enough I probably don't need the drill. I'll need the drill for other things today though. So I'll take you along with me while we look for the drill. Pretty sure it's in the kennel. For those of you who don't know, we train dogs, and we have a kennel. And we're doing renovations on the kennel right now, and the rest of the barn apparently. Woo! Okay, let's see if we can get in here, because I'm pretty sure the other door is locked because we had wet paint, but I need the drill. So, I see the drill. Gotta try to open this door. Whoop! That might be wet on the back. Yeah, so this is our kennel. It normally has kennels in it, but we've taken those out so that we can actually do all this. And by we, I mean Joy, our employee. She's amazing. Okay. So the plan is to do this project in the basement for 2 reasons. One is to try to not clutter up the main floor with homestead projects, because we used to do that all the time, and it was the worst. The other reason I want to do it down here is because of all this wet wood that we brought in. I kind of have to babysit this fire. So the fire actually seems to be going nicely now, which means it'll be nice and warm, which makes me happy. Okay, so we have drill, the wrong bit. We have all the rest of them here. We have our soaking bucket. We have our sprouting trays. And then I have the seeds behind me. So the video, and I'll link it in the comments, because I got, I think, probably my the most inspiration from this particular video. I was another homesteading page, and he had trays similar to this, but they weren't paint trays. They were like proper trays to do this. But this is what I've got. I'm not going to the store today. The weather's shit. It's cold. I don't want to. I was out yesterday. I'm an introvert. I try to not go out more than 1 day in a row. I really don't like it. But he has holes. The way this guy did it is he has holes on one end. So one day he can water the seeds, and the next day he can drain the seeds. But then the way that he's got everything laid out, they're like on an angle like this down a shelf. So they're all draining into each other and into a bucket at the bottom. So that's what I'm gonna try. Initially I thought I would do the holes up here, but then I realized the angle I'd have to get it on, it's no good. So I am gonna have them here, and then for half the time, I will have these propped up so the seeds are just sitting in here, and then when they're water, and then when I want to drain them, I can take the wood out and then it'll drain down. So that's the idea. We'll see. Okay, but why? I need to know. I'm gonna have to label these so I don't ever accidentally use them for paint. If you were actually buying stuff for this project, if this works out, I would recommend a less flimsy paint tray. That part's done. So, the next step is to get that set up and then start soaking seeds. Whoa. I really gotta deal with this today. So, thought being, I'm gonna have these alternating this way, so that when they're draining, they're going to drain into each other. I will put that up there. Do one there, and then it'll drain into this one. It'll drain into that one. That one, and then we'll have a bucket at the bottom. Perfect, bucket. So I've mentioned this before, but I'm definitely mixing methods on this. I may not have to soak them in this bucket if I'm actually going to be soaking them in that. I had a job at one point in my life where I had to sew bags like this. So you'd think I would be able to open them every time. And I just can't. That's the way. The machine was rather greasy, and it was tricky to use. And I destroyed the right leg of so many pairs of pants because I would rest it on my leg when I was doing that job. And it was tricky. Sunflowers. So this bag kilos is it? I don't really think in kilos. I'm the kind of Canadian who thinks in pounds. If I had to guess, it's 15 kilos. 16 kilos. So whatever 16 by 2.2 is, 32 plus 3.2, 35 pounds. And it was 40 bucks. So it's about twice what we're spending for bags of feed. So this is going to be an experiment, and I'm not the best at figuring out what's more expensive and what's cheaper. So we'll give it a go, but I know there's tons of nutrients in sprouted seeds, and at this point I'm willing to try anything to get our feed bill down, because we spend probably 600 bucks a month on feed. It's kind of insane. So I'm not going to keep doing it that way because that's stupid. Ooh. I don't want to get too much in it. Ooh, that's too much. Maybe this is why I needed a second bucket. Lovely. And I'm not actually just going to want to sweep those up. They're so expensive. I plan on growing quite a few sunflowers this year as well. For lots of reasons. I mean, they're pretty. People like to take pictures with sunflowers. And it's a good way to feed birds. So I've heard. Yeah, I have way too many in here. So this is what I've got. Not sure how much water, honestly, to put in these. I kind of thought enough to like fully cover them. See, and I keep doing this, I'm dumb. But they float. So there's a decent amount of water in here. The ones on the bottom are definitely fully soaked. The ones at the top a little bit less, but because they float, I don't know if I can ever get them fully covered. So we're gonna start with this. I'll probably stir it a few times today. And then tomorrow, I'm actually gonna put them in the trays. So we'll have to check back in to see how this is going, this big experiment. I know our chickens and our ducks for sure love the greens. I'm not sure about the pigeons and everybody yet, but I imagine so. It's kind of a universal thing, is things that are living like to eat real food. So this is an experiment that's going well. I had the onion bottoms and I put them in a glass of water, and now look at all these shoots. Starts. So I can't move that because I've got space to move it, but I don't have space to move it to where it's going until I move the bike, but I can't move the bike to where it's going. This will be interesting. I feel like I should move the dehydrator. It's back by the craft room short term too. This thing has been one of the best purchases ever. I can't wait to start dehydrating stuff again. I wonder if I can move this bike by myself. That started well. Jesus. And I wonder why my back always hurts. Now the stakes are high on this one because that freezer is full of food. So check this out. We actually have a bit of a home gym starting. Woo! So excited. So again, we're gonna do like weights here, maybe a big yoga mat. Kenzie's really been enjoying yoga, and we can bring up these iFit programs on the Fire TV. So I'm even wondering about getting a small one here just for yoga. So we'll see. Also, check out the craft room. Thinking of doing a little sitting area here because it's so nice to be down by the fire. But I'd like to paint at least a part of that wall. I've got absolutely tons of paint. But I'll have to move all of that. And I don't know if I'm up for that right now. I still have to go do chores outside. So these guys are laying like crazy. I probably waited too long to separate them out. Today's barn project is to get this pen ready for breeding pigeons. We're gonna leave basically everybody in their main pigeon run, but the fancies that I want to try my hand at mixing, I don't know, we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna separate out because we ended up getting some really cool mixed breed and purebred fancy birds. That's what I'm trying to say. And I like them. I want more of them. So that's what we're doing today. Somehow. Big water, maybe a small one. This one's awfully large. And this one will do. These runs were all cleaned out right before we got here last summer by the past owners, which is super sweet of them. And we had our birds in here for a little bit before we got everyone spread out. But now, it's time for new birds. Well, not new, but I'm gonna let them make new birds, even though I cannot tell a male pigeon from a female pigeon just yet. We'll get there. All right. Fresh bale of shavings. Of course, I never have a knife on me. Y'all don't judge me. Try this at home. Stupid thing to do. Especially when I haven't had a tetanus shot in over 10 years. All right. Oh. Maybe that is a smart thing to do. Holy shit, look at that. Woo! Accidental genius. Dangerous genius. Oh. It's fastest I've ever done that. Rusty saw for the win. Not a heated water bowl. Basically the only reason I'm this confident doing it this way right now is because every day this month it's forecasted to go above 0 during the day. So this is a calculated risk. Got the pigeon crate here. Basically what I'm trying to do is catch all the fancy birds that aren't powders, and especially the white ones with like little bits of marking. So they're my favorite. They're the ones that I really want to see what I can do here. Look at these guys. Aren't they just the prettiest pigeons you ever seen? I love them. So make sure to check back in. We're doing the sunflower sprouting, gonna see how that goes. Still working on the home gym and the basement in general. And now we've separated out the fancy pigeons. We're hopefully gonna make some super fancy cute babies. Eh? Especially you, I like you. Yeah, look at that. Look at this bird. This bird is awesome. My favorite bird. Too cute. You're too cute. Oh, I love the ruffles and the little head. Hello. I like pigeons. You guys are cool. I wonder if I can tame them. Ah, nope. At least not right now.